Alright boys, so we're going to be doing something a little bit different today. This is going to be a half beginner, half advanced tip video. What we're going to be doing today is breaking down how to beat zone coverage in Madden. I'm going to give you guys first a beginner way and second an advanced way to beat zone coverage. And it's going to be the same concept either way, and that concept is going to be flooding the sideline specifically. This has been the universal best way to beat zone coverage in Madden for some years now. And the way you want to do that is have a streak to clear out any kind of deep zone on that side of the field. So if you want to, you can motion out a streak to that side of the field. And then typically a corner route or an out route is the best way to kind of attack this. And we have an underneath route that's going to pull down any kind of flat defenders on that side of the field. So for this example, we have a streak, a corner, and then a drag coming across from the other side. The rest of the play you can do whatever you want with. You want to block your running back to give you a little extra protection. That's okay too. But the main thing we're going to be looking for is either that corner route or that drag. We're going to read the defender in the flat, and we're going to decide what they do. And that's going to dictate where we throw the ball. So this is going to be a very beginner way to beat zone coverage. As you guys see, wide open on the sideline, the corner route is butt naked. Now, if you see that the defender on the flat plays a little bit deeper and they guard that corner route, say your opponent has zone drops on the field, then you can throw to the flat defender, or you can throw to the flat route. Here, the flat's not open. We're going to throw to the corner route again, and bada boom, bada bing. Now, taking this to the next level, there's a more advanced way to flood zones, and that's going to be like a double corner route concept. And it's going to be a deep corner and a shallower corner to the same side of the field, and this generally does a great job at flooding zones as well. We'll go ahead and put a drag underneath too. That way we have a check down option in case neither one of those things are open, but almost always one of those routes are going to be open on the sideline. So typically the underneath corner route is going to be the corner route that's going to be open, and we will show you guys this right here. As you guys see, we have the deep corner route, the underneath corner route to pull that zone across. Now that got knocked out by a KO. Typically that's not going to happen, but this is a really, really good way to attack zone coverage specifically. We can show you guys this example again. If you want to wait a little bit, you can, but that corner route, as you guys see, is wide open on the sideline every single time. So this is the first way you want to attack zone coverage, and that's going to be flood the sideline. So the next way you want to attack zone coverage is going to be meshing concepts. We're going to come out and play mesh right here, and this is going to show exactly what we like to do to flood zone coverage. And this is going to be more flooding the middle of the field, and it's going to make the user defender choose between one or two routes. So we have two drags over the middle right here, Randy Moss and Deion Sanders, and we're really just going to pick one. Right here we see we have the underneath, so we take it, and if they decide to use that route, then we have the mesh route to the other side of the field. The user can only be one place at once, and when we have two meshing routes going across the field to the same side, this is a really, really good way to beat zone coverage right there. One guy got knocked down, so we're going to go ahead and check it down to the other guy. Still pick up about 5 yards. So we're going to add on to that concept a little bit right here, and we're going to do a little bit of both of what we just talked about in the last breakdown where we talked about mesh routes. Well, this is going to be a mesh concept and a flood concept together. So what we have right here is going to be a high-low read over the middle. So we have a high route going over across the middle of the field in this post from Davis, and then we're going to motion this slant over. So we have a more underneath route. And that's going to make the user defender choose between one of those two routes. And then we're going to go ahead and put our running back on a wheel to clear out any kind of deep zones on that right side of the field. And we're going to have our reads just like this. Go ahead and snap the ball right here. We see the high route is open, so we're going to go ahead and throw that right there. We're able to make the catch, and bada boom, bada bing. Now, inversely, if they do decide to user the high route, then we're going to have the low route every single time. Slant post is one of the best combos in the game, and even if this doesn't work, then we still have the flood concept to that opposite side of the field. So we're kind of mixing up both of the things that we talked about in how to beat zone coverage for our first two tips. So this is a mesh and a high-low in the middle of the field, and then a flood concept on the other side of the field. Right here we have the slant. We take the slant, we pick up about 10 yards. The last and final way we're going to talk about beating zone coverage is a little bit different. Now we're going to actually get out of this formation to show you guys this example, but this is going to be a curl flat combo, and this is something that used to be talked about a lot in Madden, but not so much anymore. When you have a more spread out set, this works a lot better. We're going to come out and play curl flat because this is exactly what we're talking about right here. And basically what this is going to do is put any flat defender in this play in controversy. So right here, we're going to see a flat is going to be on the left and the right side of the field, and they're not going to be able to not going to be able to guard both the flat route and the curl routes. They're going to have to choose one, and once they choose one, we're going to throw to the opposite. So right there, bada boom, bada bing. Sorry, my words are slipping up a little bit, but you guys see what I mean. So basically, the flat defender is going to choose to take the flat route pretty much every single time, and that's going to open up the curl route behind it right there, and we're able to pick up a few yards. Now, right there, that got knocked out. That's because of the KO, but that's a MUT thing. You don't really have to worry about that too much if you are playing beginner Madden right here. Again, either way, this is a really, really good way to beat zone coverage, and not a lot of people use this anymore, but this is still one of the best ways in the game to beat zone coverage. And when you have a curl flat combo like this angle route in the middle of the field is a great way to keep the user at bay. It's one of those things that you're going to have to guard with your user, and if you don't, it's going to be open pretty much every single time. We can throw it early on the break, we can wait a little bit, really we can do whatever we want with this angle route, but it's going to be open. We're going to be able to pick up a few yards on it pretty much every single time, and again, we have either the flat or the curl on both sides of the field, no matter what.